Welcome to Abu Dhabi. In 2022, one of the world's most spectacular cities hosts one of the world's most spectacular rallies. This is our starting point for the 31st Abu Dhabi Desert Challenge. As ever, it all starts here at the iconic Yas Marina circuit.
Having Abu Dhabi Desert Challenge come to Yas Marina circuit and grow in Abu Dhabi is a key part of our plans.
The biggest stars in Rally Raid have come to play in the Abu Dhabi dunes.
You know what's always crazy?
The meeting place of champions, yeah, and like we said today, we're welcoming the Rally Raid champions to Yas Marina circuit.
The press conference is an opportunity to hear from the organisers, sponsors and competitors themselves, and of course to catch up with some old friends. The Abu Dhabi Desert Challenge is round 2 of the new World Rally Raid Championship, following hot on the heels of the Dakar. Last year's winner Matthias Wagner has 2 crowns to defend.
For the next 8 months, 9 months, I'm still the world champion, so feels good. But of course, would be nice to defend it. But sure, is not that easy.
Not easy at all, with Sam Sunderland, Toby Price and Kevin Benavides also in the mix. Sunderland and Price have both won here before, and so too has Pablo Quintanilla. Meanwhile, Ross Branch makes his first outing for new team hero. Moving to 4 wheels, and this will be a Desert Challenge debut for Sebastian Loeb. The 9-time WRC champion can't wait to get stuck into the sand. Stefan Petter Hansel is also here with Audi after a topsy-turvy Dakar. He's chasing an 8th victory, but it's not going to be easy to topple the in-form Nasser Al Attiyah, who just can't stop winning.
I'm quite happy, to win all this race, and we work very hard, and we upgrade a little bit our car T1 Plus, and I think it will be an interesting race, and this will be also a dream to win the world champion.
In the T3s, World Cup winner Cristina Gutierrez and Wonder Boy Seth Quintero will be pitting their Red Bull OT3s against the Dakar champion Chaleco Lopez. That's in the absence of last year's winner here, Salah Al Saif. In T4s, the man to beat is the defending champion and World Cup winner Austin Jones. The trucks are also back. Martin Matchik is keen to raise their profile in the World Championship. He's joined by Dutch entrepreneur Kees Kolen. Well, the bikers had a short spin along the beach on Saturday, just 2 kilometres to determine the starting order for stage 1. And the fastest man was privateer Mike Doherty, who was already on superb form here back in November. Well, that meant it was Doherty who had top priority for the draw, and kudos to Konrad Dabrowski, the first man up. The Pole didn't bother with any tactical games. He elected to open on stage 1.
I guess would be more stylish to just go for it and put my name on the number 1 spot.
We head towards the empty quarter on stage 1, sponsored by the Rulers Representative Court of the Al Dhafra region, just over 260 kilometres against the clock. Dabrowski getting this 31st edition underway. As expected, he lost a lot of time, but he also had a lot of fun opening the piste. It was a bad day though for Ross Branch, who was the stage 1 winner back in November. The man from Botswana had a couple of crashes and he had to go to hospital for a checkup. But he says that he's keen to get back on the bike again tomorrow. Another great showing from Doherty, who was fighting the factory riders all day long. He had to settle for 4th place on the stage, but he's now leading overall. But the man who went quickest on stage 1B was the man who won the Dakar 7 weeks ago, Super Sam Sunderland. The British star is chasing his 3rd win in Abu Dhabi after 2017 and 2019, and he's off to a flying start.
I really enjoyed it. I made a few mistakes, but I'm sure as everybody, so quite happy with the stage, and the bike was working great, so good start.
Everybody on go.
Sunderland winning the day, but thanks to a better performance in the qualifying stage, it's Dubai resident Doherty who leads overall. It was a dramatic day over in the cars. Nasser Al-Attiyah and Sebastian Loeb preparing to continue their fabulous fights from the Dakar. In the past few months, Al-Attiyah has won in Abu Dhabi, Saudi Arabia, Oman and Qatar, but he ran into trouble today within minutes of setting off.
We have a small drop, and the front arms was broken, you know, and I come back again here to the service to make the cars fixed, and today's game over for us, and we'll see tomorrow.
His chances of defending the Abu Dhabi title have taken a serious hit. Loeb would have been looking to make the most of Nasser's woes, but he had plenty of mechanical issues of his own. He and Fabien Lercan lost 4-wheel drive after this crash. They later had to repair 2 broken drive shafts as well and lost almost 2.5 hours. I'm not sure that we can get out with 2-wheel drive. We probably can't do the stage like this because the sand is too soft, so we may have to find a road to get back. Loeb would eventually finish, but a long way back. Yazid Al-Raji only arrived in Abu Dhabi a few hours before the rally, but he was in no mood to hang around. The Saudi celebrated a podium finish on home soil at the Dakar in January, and he kicked off this event with 2nd place. But it was the wily old desert fox Stefan Petterhansel who took the stage 1 victory. The Frenchman had plenty of issues with his Audi RSQ e-tron at the Dakar, but enjoyed a nice smooth run here to win by 9.5 minutes.
We have no problem with the navigation, no problem with the car, and I think that we keep the good speed to the end, so it's a good stage for us.
Everybody on go.
Petterhansel, the early pace setter. Jakub Brzezinski is half an hour back in 4th, with Mathieu Serradori rounding out the top 5. There are just those 2 trucks competing here at the Abu Dhabi Desert Challenge. Martin Matchik led from start to finish today, coming in 3 minutes clear of Case Colan. Two of the big favourites duking it out over the dunes in the lightweight prototypes. Chaleco Lopez, who just won his 3rd Dakar title, and Seth Quintero, who just set a new Dakar record, 12 stage wins in a single edition. But just like in January, his overall hopes were dashed when he broke his front axles and lost over half an hour.
That sucks. Kind of basically ends our rally right there. We're going to need a miracle to try to come back from 33 minutes down, but I guess we'll do what we do every rally and just try to make as much time as possible.
Guillaume de Mevius is properly involved this year after testing here in November. He has also been reunited with his co-driver Tom Colesall, who had COVID at the Dakar. The Belgian pair taking the stage victory. De Mevius leading from Lopez. Cristina Gutierrez was 3rd on the day ahead of Konrad Rautenbach and her unfortunate teammate Quintero. Decidedly not a great day for Americans in buggies. Austin Jones couldn't finish the stage in the SSVs because of an electrical problem in his engine. In the middle of a Goksal sandwich was Rokas Bachuska, who snaffled their podium place at the Dakar. The Lithuanians really taking to these T4s like a duck to water. Marek Goksal won the day with his younger brother Michal down in 3rd. the pole taking it by a shade under 2 minutes. Second overall last year, he's looking to go one better in 2022. Poland with 4 of the top 5 in the class, although Małgorzata Golda and Robert Stustkowski lost a lot of time in this opening stage. It's time for the riders and drivers to go full gas as they embark on the longest stage. And helping them power their way over the dunes will be ADNOC Distribution, part of a leading global energy group and one of the rally's key strategic partners. The UAE's biggest fuel retailer, boasting over 20 million visits a month, ADNOC Distribution provides fuel for teams, for assistance vehicles, for the helicopters that provide medical support, and of course for the competitors themselves. ADNOC Distribution always goes the extra mile to keep the Abu Dhabi Desert Challenge moving, even in the remotest corners of the empty quarter. Well, they are the sponsors of today's stage, and it's a tricky outing of over 300 kilometres with some nasty drops in the dunes. Concentration is going to be absolutely crucial over the soft sand. The bikers preparing for part 1 of the marathon stage. No assistance at the bivouac this evening. They would have to make any repairs themselves. And Mike Doherty has been the early sensation in Abu Dhabi. The South African privateer went into this stage at the top of the standings. However, he sadly crashed out at kilometre 53 and he's been taken to hospital with a suspected broken leg. We wish a speedy recovery to both Mike and to Bradley Cox. Like his compatriot, Cox also crashed today and injured his knee.
Yeah, today it's the rally monster get me.
Nacho Cornejo is up to 3rd in the standings now. A good outing today in spite of losing his front brakes after refuelling. Some repair work required after the stage, but he's looking on fine form. So too is his teammate Ricky Brabeck, who was surprised to finish as high as 4th today. The American eased off in the fast early section because he was wary of the drops, but he still cruised into 2nd place overall. Here is our new leader, Kevin Benavides. He spent over 20 minutes with Doherty after his crash, waiting for the helicopter to arrive, and he was of course given that time back at the finish line. The Argentine was 3rd on the day. He now leads by over 4 minutes. Ross Branch storming back from his crash yesterday to take the victory. The Motswana still getting used to that hero, but today's efforts showed he has what it takes to beat the best.
I think I took too many risks yesterday, but today was much better. I have nothing to lose, so I just wanted to go and see where, work out a percentage of my riding and see where I stand. And I felt good with no risk, and yeah, looking forward to tomorrow.
Everybody on go.
Benavides on top then. Sam Sunderland lost a bit of time opening with Matthias Wagner, but he is still 4th overall ahead of Pablo Quintanilla. Abdulaziz Akhli has made a storming start in the quads with 2 wins in 2 days. The Emirati, who's defending his crown, opening up a lead of almost an hour and a half. But let's come back to Sam Sunderland, who also used to call the UAE his home.
My first rally was there in 2011 in Abu Dhabi, so a lot of cool memories almost 10 years later, and here I am. I was living here 10 years and I moved here firstly in 2009. I was obviously racing in the UK. At that time I had a job, I was a lift engineer. I came out for a holiday and went riding at the track there in Dubai, and the KTM dealer saw me riding and said, hey, how about you come over and do training schools, race for us and work in the shop here? And I said, yeah, okay, sounds good, we'll try it out. And that was how sort of my life in Dubai started and how I got into racing rallies really.
Sunderland has gone on to enjoy plenty of success since his early days in Dubai. 2 Abu Dhabi Desert Challenge titles and 2 Dakar titles. 1 for KTM and 1 for Gas, the team that he only joined back in November.
It was more like a refresher. and I took it like in a positive way and was excited about it, and yeah, so far it's gone pretty good, so we'll try and keep the ball rolling. It was really nice to get that Dakar this year, and it was such a hard fight as well, you know, like going into the last stage we were just talking about minutes between the top three, and fighting like that every day for 2 weeks to really earn it, you know, it was really hard earned, this Dakar win, and it just kind of means that much more to me to get it done. It's nice to you know, be leading the World Championship, but it's still early days with a lot of deserts and a lot of kilometres in front of us, but yeah, it's nice to start in front, I guess, and hopefully I can just sort of keep doing what I've been doing, and we're here to race bikes and the fastest guy will win. Yeah, looking forward to it.
Now, not everyone deals with the heat as well as these guys, and it was going to be another scorcher in the Rub Al Khali dunes, with temperatures approaching 40 degrees Celsius. Martin Prokop was the third man into the stage. The Czech driver is a former winner of the Abu Dhabi Desert Challenge, and he's definitely a part of the conversation again this year. He was fifth on the stage, and he's within 16 minutes of the lead. Stefan Petterhansel said his Audi lit up like a Christmas tree in today's heat, what with the various warnings on the dashboard. But he and his co-driver Edouard Boulanger still had a smooth run. They only lost a few minutes to their nearest rival, Yazid Al-Raji. The Saudi said that he felt no need to take any major risks today, just cruising over the soft sand. Third on the stage and still second overall. After his big mechanical problems yesterday, Nasser Al-Attiyah roared back to win the stage by almost 4 minutes. The Qatari is clearly unhappy that he can no longer fight for overall victory, but there are still 5 W2RC points up for grabs for every stage win, and Nasser is keen to increase his championship lead.
Now we try to win every day, you know, to take maximum point. Today we did a good job, and yeah, I'm quite happy.
Everybody on go.
Petterhansel leading from Al-Raji and Prokop. Jakub Brzezinski, who said today was a proper Desert Challenge stage, is 40 minutes back in 4th place. Kees Kolen took stage honours in the trucks. His only rival Martin Matchik had serious mechanical issues and was set to lose hours rather than minutes. In the lightweight prototypes, it was a day of mixed fortunes for Red Bull. Guillaume de Mevius lost the overall lead because of a differential problem. He and Mitch Guthrie both failed to finish the stage. Cristina Gutierrez was suffering with illness yesterday, but she had a better day today, coming third. After battling through the heat, the Spaniard said that she was simply happy to be at the finish line. Seth Quintero was second ahead of his teammate Gutierrez, but the stage victory went to Chaleco Lopez, the Chilean powering into the overall lead.
It's good strategy and good job. My co-driver is very happy for today. Is the winner the main category.
The Dakar champion Lopez leads by over 20 minutes from the defending World Cup winner Gutierrez. On to the SSVs, and Michael Goksal looks pretty much guaranteed a podium finish at this Desert Challenge. The Pole lost 13 minutes today, but his nearest rival for a top 3 spot is over 4 hours back. Rokas Baciuska said this was one of the hardest days of his career, even if he came third on the day. The Lithuanian suffering a bit of car sickness over the early dunes.
Go up, down, the mind is conclusion, you know, and he don't understand what's going on.
Marek Goksal taking his second consecutive stage win. He didn't really enjoy the first part of the day, but he felt much more at home in the smaller, more technical dunes at the end. He increases his overall advantage. Nine minutes and 40 seconds now the gap between Goksal and Baciuska. The top 3 are miles clear of the rest. On to stage 3 of the Abu Dhabi Desert Challenge. This is Mitch Guthrie's first outing on the rally with the Red Bull Off-Road Junior team, and it turned into a real baptism of fire. Game over for the American. He was unable to start today's stage. This third outing is sponsored by Alpha Time Toyota, just over 250 kilometres of special on the menu. Well, the marathon stage meant bad news for Martin Mitchek. He broke his engine yesterday and was unable to take the start today. There's been a shake-up in Rally 2 with both Mike Doherty and Bradley Cox crashing out yesterday. Mason Klein is the new class leader, the best rookie at the Dakar. He was pretty happy with today's efforts in spite of getting stuck on one dune. He continues to impress in his quest for a factory ride. Skyler Howes is still riding with a sore shoulder after the crash that ended his Dakar. The American took another tumble today, but he said he was feeling much more like his old self, and the harder the rally gets, the better his body reacts. He really found his flow once he was caught by Matthias Wagner and came third on the day. Just ahead of Howes was Sam Sunderland, who would have liked to have some company. He spent the entire day solo, and that can be mentally draining over these endless dunes. Sam said it was physically tough, but the bike was working very nicely indeed as he moved into the overall lead. Wagner took the stage honours. He is the reigning world champion and the defending champion here in Abu Dhabi, and he came in a minute ahead of his former teammate Sunderland. No major problems as he blasted his way through another hot stage, going second overall. Tomorrow though isn't going to be an ideal day for opening the piste.
I was already at the first stage too much in the front. Should be the best always start in the middle, because you lose a lot of time when you open the day, but in the end it is like it is, and I just try to do my best.
Everybody on go.
Kevin Benavides also crashed today after losing his rear brakes. He drops down to third overall. Ricky Brabeck currently rounds out the top 5. Abdulaziz Akhli had some adventures today, running out of fuel at one point, but he still made it 3 wins from 3 and retains his commanding lead in the quads. Onto the cars, and this morning Nasser Al-Attiyah & Co welcomed Paul Willis, president of the Alpha Time Automotive Group, one of the largest dealerships in the UAE.
The Toyota products, with their brand values of quality and durability and reliability, really work well in such harsh conditions. It's great to have 31 successive years of the Abu Dhabi Challenge. I can only see it getting stronger and stronger and stronger, and that's reflected by the fact that many other people have joined to try and challenge Toyota's supremacy in this area. We're very, very proud of the strength of Toyota in this region. We are number one.
Well, that was certainly the case on this third stage. As we heard, that Toyota is all about quality, durability and reliability, and Nasser Al-Attiyah showed it as he won a second straight stage. The Qatari scooping up 5 more points in the World Rally Raid Championship. Yazid Al-Raji was sitting second overall this morning, but ran into all sorts of problems. First it was the gearbox, and then he broke down towards the end of the stage. The Saudi waving goodbye to his chances of another podium. His loss was Martin Prokop's gain. The Czech isn't using the most up-to-date version of his Ford Raptor at this rally, but he's still flying high in second place overall. This test version of Shrek is still a beast over the dunes. but nobody has been able to keep pace with Stefan Petterhansel in the RSQ e-tron. This is only the second outing for Audi's impressive new hybrid after the Dakar, but they're showing that they really mean business. Petterhansel leads by half an hour.
For me, it's not really important to win a stage. With this new project with Audi, we never won a race, so this is only the second races that we do. So if we can get a victory, it will be really great. So I will try to manage to the end.
Everybody on go.
Kuba Brzezinski is now up to third place, almost an hour and a half off the pace. But let's find out a bit more about the defending champion, Mr. Nasser Al-Attiyah.